If you're struggling to find your way around Cottrell Building, don't worry, you're not alone. It takes everyone a little while to get used to it. Room numbers in Cottrell have a format like this. 2B147. The 2 at the start indicates that it's on level 2. The B means that it's in B corridor. And the 147 tells you which room on the corridor. It'll sometimes say C in front of that as well. That just means that you're in Cottrell Building. If you look at a map, you'll see that we have all of those letters and numbers. Let's just concentrate on one level for a moment. Some people find it helpful to think of the map as like a wonky ladder. A and B corridors are the legs, and the shorter crossing corridors, U, V, X, Y, and Z, they're like the rungs of the ladder. At each junction between the corridors is a stairwell so that you can get between levels, and there are also toilet facilities at almost all of these. There are lifts in A corridor at the junction with U, V, and X corridors. I know it's kind of hard to see on these maps, but the room numbers basically go from left to right or west to east. So there's 2A9, then 15, 21, 43, and 75, and so on. And over in 2B, we've got 38, 46, 84, 129. Alright, so let's give it a try. Say we want to get to 3A76. But where are we? Let's look at the nearest door. Okay, 2B121. So we need to get up a level and over to A corridor. Let's take the nearest stairwell up to level 3. Now we can take V corridor over to the other leg of the ladder, A corridor. Here is a helpful sign. So we're looking for room 76. That is between 1 and 109, so it must be in this direction. Along we go. These room numbers seem to be getting closer to 76. And yep, there it is. We made it. There are occasional exceptions. The big lecture theatres A1, A3, A4, A5, A6, B3 and B4 are in A and B corridors but don't follow the room numbering pattern, so you really just have to find them on a map. V1 and W1 are fairly obvious in V and W corridors though, and all of these big lecture theatres are on level 2. It tends to be mostly smaller labs and offices on the higher levels, and you'll notice that because the building is on the side of a hill, B corridor has no level 1 and A corridor has no level 4. Also, some people get worried by these signs above the doors in Cottrell. Unless there's a fire alarm actively going off, you don't need to worry about them. Just carry on through. So, try and leave yourself a bit of extra time to find rooms until you're used to getting around. And if you're struggling, there's almost always someone around who you can ask for help. They will almost certainly remember being just as lost as you are when they first came to Cottrell Building.